Next Click Connect, special Friday night audit. Stay tuned. Craig Sullivan, you have got the most amazing shirt I've ever seen in my life. What is that all about?
Hey, that's promoting our other show, 3 Minute Thursdays.
Holy shit, dude. What have we done? The mistakes that we're making right now, unbelievable.
We're going to haunt us for years. Are you kidding me?
All right, this is weird. I swear that I was just with you this morning.
You were.
And now you're back in California. It's amazing how that works. And I'm somewhere in the desert here in Arizona, completely confused about what's going on, Craig. What time is it?
Gee, you're wandering the desert with no name. Sounds like a song.
Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with my ancestry.
Well, okay. Well, just be careful of those orange dust devils that hit Tucson yesterday and maybe follow you across the street.
Yeah, you never know. That's why I drive in curves.
There you go. Perfect for indie driving. It's all left-hand turns. Okay, you're good. So,
Craig, what time is it?
It's time for an audit, brother.
Hey everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday night audit cell phone edition, where I'm trying to make myself look super skinny today. Hey, I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Craig Sullivan. We're being on my cell phone and not at the studio and having to relinquish all control to producer Dave. I don't think this is going to go well, Craig.
Well, if you had a signal, I think we'd be fine. But
all right. So before we get started, I want to apologize to everyone. I'm in the middle of a road trip, which we will explain in just a little bit. And I had to stop at this place here, a casino resort, in order to do this show. And the internet is not as we would hoped. How are you doing, Craig? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, and surprisingly, I'm not exhausted, considering I left the hotel at about 5:30 this morning to fly into San Diego to Uber home to Newport Beach. So
yeah. That's great, man. I love that you're doing it. Your dedication to Friday night audit shows. We got a lot to talk about, but let's bring in our great guest. What do you say?
Well, you know what? Because you're back to technical issues, it's time for the cellular box of hope from Glenn Hausman. Let's see what we pull out today, okay? Oh, Glenn, I'm sorry, but you've taken a major step backwards.
Oh,
you
no.
A pager now. That's it. You got a pager, a flip phone, a book for a possible first-generation BlackBerry, and a power cord so far.
Man.
Just for the people that need to know where you're at. So.
I remember back in the day when I was running that music video editorial house, 96, 97 range, I had a pager so people could call and harass me all the time. You know, it's bad enough getting cell phone calls with people harassing you in the modern age, but then having to call people so they could yell at you, not fun.
Not fun at all.
No.
And you probably still had to put a quarter in a payphone to call them and go.
I did.
And I just paid for you to yell at me? Bullshit. I'm hanging up.
I think after I got one of those calling cards, we had to put in like 800 digits in order to get a dial tone.
There you go. Well, you know what we need to do is we need to find like an old black and white TV with rabbit ears and the dial. And that way producer David could be our remote control and he can change the channels. I
like that. It's like, Dave, stand holding the tip of the antenna and raise your left leg up. Great. Hold that position.
That's it.
Craig, we got to bring, who's our guest today? We got to bring them on.
You know what? making their triumphant return because they have got the best conference in the industry, and it's all dialed in. It's the calm before the storm for them.
Yeah, baby.
So they're just relaxing and having a good time. We've got
As someone who puts on conferences, I know a month out or 3 weeks out, that's exactly how you feel.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and mine's like that big compared to theirs. Okay, so we got Liz Wolf and Harry Jager.
Hey guys. Hi, it's so great to see you. Thanks so much for coming. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great. Like Craig said, we're all dialed in. Nothing to worry about. No stress. All good.
Friday the 13th. The day's almost over.
Yeah. What could go wrong? Hey, I'm going to be sleeping over at this Camp Crystal Lake tonight. I hope it's a comfortable accommodation over there. What is that?
Are you glamping?
No, that's a joke. Yeah, that's the camp from the Friday the 13th movies.
Oh, okay.
You said you're in the desert.
I am. I'm actually driving from Tucson, and I'm heading to Laughlin, Nevada, to go check out a city I haven't been to. Before we get into all of that, hey Dave, let's run the cocktails. All right, Harry, what are you drinking tonight?
All right. So you've heard of an espresso martini, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of a hazelnut affogato?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So an espresso martini, vodka, frangelica, coffee, and maybe some, espresso beans. Affogato is you ditch the vodka and you put in ice cream. So what I did is I just combined them.
Oh.
So it's like a chocolatey coffee. I've got vanilla ice cream in here. It's a sugary treat. So
there you go.
That's
good.
That's fantastic. I love it, Craig. I'm sure you're drinking your beer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But you know what? I think Harry's got the right idea. Something cool and refreshing this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Liz? What are you drinking?
Well, Harry's going to show you. I'm going to be drinking sparkling rosé to go with my
nice.
Because ice cream and oysters don't really go so well together.
Ice cream goes with everything.
That's awesome. And sadly, since I'm going to be driving 4 and change hours after this, I'm sticking with some coffee to give me a little energy because I just came from the My Place Hotels conference along with our friend Craig over there. What a great job they did. I just want to congratulate Ryan Rivets, Eric Dinger, Eric Myers, Matt Campbell, the entire team there. I'm going to forget everybody, so I should just stop naming names right now. So great event. But Harry, Liz, it got me thinking. Those guys were dealing with a major renovation of the property that we were at. Like I literally, the elevator door opened, and there was a guy standing there who was middle of paint stroke, painting the elevator door. So, what was it like doing the lodging conference when they had their renovation going on? I'm sure that must have been giving you a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah. So one year they renovated the villas, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like 30, 40 villas. Remember those?
Yep.
And it was really interesting because technically the villas were owned. They were like condos, but on the property that they rented out. So you can imagine between the condo owners, the hotel, the management company, the asset managers, 3 construction companies, everything went really smoothly. Not
at all. Not at all.
They got it done on time and it all worked out, but it was really right down to the wire.
Yeah.
That's really, really stress provoking. I remember a wing was closed one year, but that wouldn't have affected the event at all.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it was cool because I got to stay in a brand new hotel room, and there were literally guys still working in the hallway that my room was in. So that was a real treat for me as a hotel geek, because the first night I was actually in the old room, and then I got switched because of construction that was going on, and I got to see what it used to be and what it's becoming, which was real geeky fun for me. Craig, did you have fun seeing that property?
Yeah, it's the rooms are good. They really are. Staff was outstanding. It was a great conference, and our friends over at my place did an outstanding job. The hotel, though, has got some stuff to it that is very dated that they didn't upgrade. And you just kind of go, okay. And I was surprised for Lowe's, because typically when they do a renovation, it's a deep renovation, a lot of money spent, and it's brought into the 21st century.
I feel like they're still at the beginning of it. Harry, what were you saying?
I forgot. It was a long time ago. Remember, my drink was an affogato. I'm drinking an affogato.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So, Liz, this is really cool. I want to talk about this. You grow oysters. We keep talking about how I'm supposed to get out there, but I never seem to be able to do that. And you have some with us tonight. So let's show us your hard work.
Hey, Liz, I'll bet you right now I come out there before he does.
Yeah.
You both should come at the same time.
Oh, yeah. New York has a law about that.
Oysters. Here we go. We're dripping though.
Yep. Wow, that's awesome. So how did you get involved in the oyster world?
We had some people over several years ago, and this guy's telling us, "Oh, have my oysters," and we're like, "Yeah, shut up and just like keep getting high." Because I thought, like, who grows oysters? It sounded like such a crazy thing. Then I had his oysters. I'm like, oh my God, I got to learn how to do this. So through Parks and Recreation, through the town of South, anybody, if you pay, can grow oysters. They offer a course called oyster gardening. And I think I've been doing it maybe for sure 10, but maybe almost 14 years.
Wow.
Everything melts. Who remembers anymore? And so my friend, he actually has this company called the Happy Oyster Company, and he volunteers. And then I love the back of the glass. Eat me. So with that,
we're going to have some oysters.
We're going to eat some oysters.
Now, do you do that with tequila shots too?
So Liz, I just like them, and Harry likes the sauce. Here we go.
All right.
Well, I like the sauce too, but it's usually tequila.
That's awesome. I'm super jealous. I just had the world's worst calzone.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yum.
But it's so fun, but it's very hard work. I will say that Liz works very hard to grow these suckers.
Liz sent me a video the other day, and she was pressure washing.
Actually, I sent it with Harry. Oh no, you're right. Well, we both do it. But Harry has started to help now that he realizes that I'm getting older, and it's a lot of weight. Each cage is about 75 pounds. There was a couple years where 14 cages, and when you got to clean them and move them, I can't even do the math for 14 times 75, but now I'm just down to 5 because it's manageable. And the guys are helping me out now because I'm getting older. It's hard. It's hard.
Right.
To bend over and you're hunched over and they're heavy.
Now, where do you grow these at?
Well, through Parks and Recreation in the summer, they live in Tiana Bays, which is in Hampton Bays, which is also in Southampton, and then they winterize on the North Fork in Southold at the Spat Center. So it really is a lot of fun. And, we do good things, right? I mean, we're helping replenish the oyster community. We're purifying the water. And the bonus for us is you get as many oysters and you can eat as many as, as you can.
So what is the process like? What is the first thing you have to do? And tell us a little bit about what it's like and how long it takes until this moment where you get to eat them.
Oh, man. Okay. Hopefully Bart's not watching. So we get little spat seeds. Get little spat seeds at the beginning of the season.
They're tiny.
They're tiny. They're like this big.
Yeah, really? Wow.
And everything's done at the spat shack. I mean, so each oyster can produce 1 million. They release 1 million eggs during the spawn. And they start doing these controlled spawns in February. In fact, last year we went on Valentine's Day, kind of as a goof, but it was fun. And they play romantic music and they just spawn away. Anyway, they have literally millions and millions and millions of these things.
Yeah, I hear oysters are their own aphrodisiac, so that's great. Sorry.
That was good. Here you go, Glenn.
Anyway, so we get the little spat seeds in June, and it takes 18 months for them to mature. For the newbies, they always like to encourage everybody and say, hey, by Thanksgiving, you can eat some of your oysters, and you can, but the best thing is that if you wait 18 months, because then they'll spawn, and when they spawn, that's the whole purpose of replenishing the oyster community.
Right.
So like this one, if I had to guess, it's probably like 2 years old, maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
Big ones are in the house, but I'm baking.
Unbelievable. 14 years?
So. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and I feel like I'm contributing somewhat to society.
That's awesome. Plus, but plus you get food out of it as well, which is absolutely terrific. And you can make it something to have people come over and share that experience with you. And to me, that's awesome, right? It's like that's what our world of hospitality is all about. So do you do this every single year, so that way you don't have to wait 18 months for a new batch? Do you like get them every 6 months, a year? How does that work?
So, it's been anywhere from 10 to 14 consecutive years. I'll stop when I'm dead. Yeah. And what was the other question?
How long does it take?
Just smiling.
So it's like you're waiting 18 months, but do you do one batch per year, so that way you could just every year you have fresh oysters, and do you pick them out throughout the year, or do you just do it in like August, September?
Because it's done in the town of Southampton, they take their docks out. So they'll be taking their docks out the middle of October, most likely. So then that's when I put them in lantern cages, and then they get sent over to Southold, and they get sunk to the bottom of the spatula, and that's why they quote unquote winterize. And they're there. I mean, I could get them. I make a little lunchbox, so I have like one set of oysters, maybe 60 that I can get to easily, and the rest I just wait till we bring them back in June.
They're bi-coastal. They live on the North Fork and on the South Fork.
South Fork. There you go. Well,
I can barely afford my one home, and they got 2. That's nuts.
Yeah, but Glenn, we winterize you every year. I mean, as soon as all the chemicals are put in the pool, we put you in there, and you stop aging as well.
You can't do that. You can't just sit up and drink.
Yes.
Our first spit take. Awesome. That's amazing.
Glenn, we can retire now. We're never going to drop this show. These 3 shows have been the best. We need to stop now.
I know. Thanks for being here. Good night.
Oh.
Do you guys have insurance, by the way?
What? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What?
No, we only got bad joke insurance, which we can't. We have to, claim credit for every time. Yeah.
No habla.
Wow. That was the first. And
Liz, it'll live on the internet forever.
Who else has done that? Nobody shut before. Nobody spit up before.
Yeah, that's true.
No?
That's true.
It's fun at the Latin conference.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So how many different ways do you have to make oysters in order to keep them fresh? Is it like a Bubba Gump shrimp kind of thing, where you could name like 10,000 different ways to make
You could, but I'm not that creative. I either do them raw or I'll do oysters Rockefeller. That's it.
You can do them in the oven. Liz does them on the barbecue sometimes. Raw.
Oh, nice.
And obviously you could have them with lemon, or you could have them with, cocktail sauce. But yeah, there's hundreds of ways to eat these guys.
But I love it.
Three, right?
Yeah, we keep it simple.
Simple.
Yeah, for sure.
I love the KISS philosophy. Just keep it simple.
Yeah. We should try to do that with this show.
It gets any simpler. I mean, they're gonna, it won't even be on the air, Glenn. Come on.
Yeah.
Amy, how are you, Amy?
Amy says hi, Liz and Harry. Bruce Ford is also checking in and saying hello. Good to see everybody joining us tonight. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning to your weekend. So, so I'm excited because, I spend so much time in Las Vegas and I have to be there at the top of the week, guys, to go to something called TribalNet. I'm really curious as to how the Native American gaming universe works behind the scenes. So I'm going to go check out this conference to kind of check out the vibe. And I'm only doing it because the timing worked out for me being with our good friends over at my place, giving me the opportunity to just go up to Vegas. So I thought I would stop in Laughlin, Nevada, a city that I've heard so much about, but have never had the chance to go to. And I'm really hoping that it's kind of like a time capsule of what Vegas could have been in the 70s and 80s. So we'll see.
Glenn,
be sure and post some pictures. Let's see if it does look like Vegas in the 60s and 70s. That's a great idea.
Yeah, my purpose will be to try to get some good, fun, different type of content that I don't normally do. So, hopefully everyone will be able to share the experience with me if I don't get too lazy.
Well, Glenn, I mean, the good and different content's going to be easy because you know what? Well, shoot some video of you getting a tattoo and buying a Harley while you're there, and then riding out of town to Vegas. I mean, that's priceless.
Two things my mom's been encouraging me to do since I was a teenager. So maybe I should make the dreams come true.
I'll bet.
I have a question for you. Speaking of Vegas, are you going to the Eagles concert at the Sphere in October?
I am not. They've actually got a residency through January. If this is my thing for Eagles, I'm not a huge Eagles fan, though. When they're on the radio, I listen to them. If I happen to be in Vegas when the Eagles are playing, I'm certainly going to try to get tickets for it. But after going to do the Fish shows at Sphere and then sticking around in Vegas to do Dead and Company at Sphere, I can't do another trip specifically to go to Sphere.
You're Sphered out.
No, I just don't want to spend the money to go to the Eagles and fly just to go to the Eagles.
He's cheaping out. He's cheaping out.
Yes, let's keep it real over here. It's getting expensive to fly. Yeah, Craig?
I was going to say, I saw the Eagles for Hell Freezes Over. I saw them for probably 2 or 3 shows a year the next 3 years after that. And then, different arguments started. Nell started changing, and Glenn Fry gone now. I don't know if I want to spoil my memories of seeing them from Hell Freezes Over forward for the few years that I went to a bunch of their concerts and see this last incarnation. It's just kind of like Dead and Company. It's not the same for me. So.
No, it wasn't. And Harry and Liz, like I called it the world's greatest Dead cover band. It wasn't the same thing. But if you guys like the Eagles and would like to see the Eagles, you could not pick a better venue on planet Earth to go see the band. So if you have any inkling to want to see it, I would highly encourage you going there because it's just an incredible experience. The sound is like none other that you've ever heard. Man, Craig, we got to get Sphere to freaking sponsor this podcast. We talk about it so
we do. I'll tell you guys, if you go there, I came out of there loving the concerts that Glenn and I do. But I think I've ruined that I'm not going to enjoy a concert as much somewhere else post going to the Sphere. That's the only danger. It is by far the best concert venue in the world, without a doubt. And what they do, the prep time for each band and getting it all dialed in for their shows. Glenn, it was 6 months, 8 months that they spend working out all the electronics.
Fish started working on Fish started doing for their 4-night run in June, and their shows were mid-April.
Yeah. So if you have the opportunity to go, definitely go.
It just coincidentally happens to be like the week after lodging.
Right after. You should do it.
After it, he doesn't want to come. So
That's
I thought,
right. We have the lodging conference coming up.
The Eagles and the Sphere, because it's like such a cool thing, and I can miss out on anything. So
it's a must, and you're absolutely going to love it because it's so freaking cool.
You know what,
Yeah,
Liz? We'll have Glenn gas up his jet, and he'll send over G-Force One to pick you up and take you guys to Vegas.
I just
Now-
waved from the Choice Hotel. I mean, that was it. When that and what was it,
Yeah.
at the same time.
No,
That
but you
is
guys should
one
definitely go. And then come west, then come to the beach. Come out here.
All right.
Yeah,
If Glenn,
that'd be
if Glenn gasses up the jet, I'll do it.
Okay. He'll take care of that.
Well, I could work up the gas part. I don't know about the jet.
I think you'd have an easier time with the jet than the gas.
The conference is
actually.
coming up. Yeah. I was talking about fuel.
Oh, I thought
Oh man.
Liz was going to do another spit take there for a second.
No, when he said conference, I thought
no.
it's coming up in 3 weeks. But tomorrow is Harry's birthday.
Oh, no, I want to definitely.
So
Hey, happy birthday, Harry.
Happy birthday, boy. Happy
Hey,
birthday.
producer David, roll that birthday footage. Happy birthday.
Glenn jumping out of a birthday cake. It happens to be my birthday fantasy.
Yeah. Well, hey, we make dreams come true here on the Friday Night Audit. So
It's all about the dreams here.
yeah. Sadly, I had to pay the body double a fortune. Yeah.
They can make the video for our 30th conference next year.
Yeah.
Someone will be jumping out of the cake.
We can make that happen. So,
Yeah.
so are you guys sold out now?
Close.
Okay.
Close. Any day now. Yeah, we're ahead of last year, and it's looking really good. And it should be a great show. Attendance is strong, and spending time on all the speaker conference calls these past few weeks.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of good news. So I think we're gonna like what we hear when we get out there.
Good. I mean, your advertising's already kicked in, and the panels that you've got and the general sessions are just phenomenal. Now I say this every year, and you know this. I don't know how you raise the bar every year. Every year the conference gets better. Every year you've got better attendance. Every year it's just the best one in the industry, and it's always on point. You guys and your conference is the one that I use to write my business plan every year because of the caliber of people that you have and all the love and hard work that goes into this conference. It's the most informative one, and it's the one that I've modeled mine after. Now, again, mine's about that big, okay? Conference, that is, conference. So, but you guys are just yeah, if I didn't do that, Glenn, you would have jumped in. I know.
Greg, remember, it's not about size.
No, it's not. Here you go, Harry.
It's about quality.
I really want Liz to do another spit take.
Right. So the Logic Conference is the best in the business, and it's also the only one that has White Castle burgers at it. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that might be the secret behind your success, guys.
Yes, that one lunch on Wednesday, White Castle.
I love the Road Food Festival. Yep.
Chicken wings from Buffalo. We have barbecue beef, ribs from South Carolina.
The ribs,
barbecue pork.
Brisket.
Yeah, brisket. It's a cardiologist's dream.
Waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Love and they were doing this years before Gold Belly existed.
This goes way back. I'll tell you a quick story. Basically, when we first started, we asked Steve Rushmore to speak at the conference, and then we got to talking, and together we came up with a better idea because he was the road food king, Steve.
Yeah.
And so we said, all right, Steve, you preside over this road food lunch and tell us what to bring in. And he did. And here we are doing it still, 28 years later. So,
nice. Wow. Love it.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. But obviously, for those who don't eat meat and don't do that kind of stuff, we have healthy food as well.
Well, that would be producer David out of this group because he's just the healthiest person that Glenn and I know.
I know. Yeah. If you take one look at him and you go, that man is
healthy. That's healthy.
I think it might just be his GM job that helps him glow like that. Easiest jobs in hospitality.
Yeah, it's a suit.
GMs have a certain look, don't you think? When you go into a hotel, you sit in the lobby, you can tell who the GM is. They just look like GMs.
Oh yeah,
that very classic look.
Very stoic.
Yeah, you can always trust these guys. You know who they are.
So, are you doing the 5 stars again?
Yes, we're doing. Of course, we're doing the stars. Yes.
Nice.
Wouldn't be a conference.
Yeah, Craig's only. Craig's only coming to the conference for the stars, but
Well, that way, when Glenn and I are together, I can always make the point that he's only got 4.
Thanks.
But he's catching up.
He is.
Yeah.
He's getting older than me every day, Harry, because I'm reducing my years.
On a percentage basis, he's catching up every year.
Yeah, that is really true. Thanks, Benjamin Buttons over there. Yeah, I wish I had your genes. Getting younger all the time. But at this point, seriously, 3 weeks out, what are you thinking about? What are you trying to get done? Because I'm sure a lot of it is already locked and loaded, but now you're just dealing with the inevitable stuff that pops up, is my guess.
Yeah, I mean, some things are they have to be at the last minute, putting together some of the printed materials, finalizing the menus. I mean, we start working on the menus like the week after the conference,
right,
previously, and then we go out there and we do a tasting, and then we do another tasting. So now it's just kind of like last minute thoughts, last minute. We forgot to do this.
The counts, whatever.
Yeah, right. Some speakers, for whatever reason, might drop out at the last minute, so replacing them.
Yeah, that always happens.
You know how much fun that is.
Yeah,
it's delightful. Yeah. Craig is always suffering like last minute because something happens. Yeah.
But it is what it is, right? It's like he chose, and it's all good.
Yeah. It's all, as they say in the movie, this is the business we have chosen.
Very good.
I will say, let me just bring this up. My dad passed away a couple of days before the lodging conference. The first year I was supposed to do the general session with you guys, and threw you a big curveball right the last second. And not only that, did they, say don't worry about it, but then they sent us all a massive thing of bagels and like made our whole day. So that was really pretty amazing stuff. And I still remember it 10 years later. So thanks for that. So I know you guys are always dealing with with all sorts of last minute kind of things for sure. What do you find that you're still like learning stuff every year, or after all these years is almost all of it just kind of you have it kind of figured out and can anticipate things?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you learn something new all the time. We take whatever we do the year before and we tweak it a little. A lot of it is getting the feedback from all the attendees, what they like, what we want to do more of, what we want to do less of. So in that sense, we're always learning. The content is, somewhat the same in terms of general topics, but it's changing. I think over the years, looking back, say 25 years ago, before we had shows like yours, the content was more important. Now the content's still important, but the networking is even more important than it ever was.
Bigger focus on
sitting down, having the meetings, doing deals. And
that's fascinating because that's a really good observation because, guys like Craig and I are putting out stuff every single day. So people are so up to it. It's not just waiting for the once or twice a month trade to come in and not really having an opportunity to talk to a lot of other people. So how do you focus on enhancing that networking aspect when at the end of the day, you're also got to have all these sessions to help sponsors and live up to those kind of commitments too?
Part of it is, believe it or not, adding some fun things to do. So when we first started out, I think
like the Lazy River race.
Right. Yeah. So when we first started, we did golf.
Wait, are you going to do it this year? I need to know. You guys going to do Lazy River?
Yeah. I'm gonna get there in time to do it.
So, but David, bring up that. I wish I could, but
If I can get somebody to do my hair, I'm doing the lazy river.
There you go. David,
I'm
bring
gonna
up
do the lazy river, and
photo.
It's fun.
Yeah. So it basically,
it's on the slideshow.
in terms of networking, adding fun things to do because it breaks down the barriers. If you're
Breaks
playing
it up
pickleball
and-
with somebody, it's a lot easier.
Right.
You're playing with 80 people over the course of 2 hours. You'll meet new people. Hiking, very easy to meet people. And obviously the lazy river, it's fun and we drink and we have a good time. And Craig and I come in last place. But it's just it's an easy icebreaker, and so we try and facilitate as much networking as possible because if you've been to the conference before, a lot of people, it's easier. If you're new, it's a little harder. So we try to make it easier for people to meet new people.
Well, and see, that's something I was going to say, Glenn, that's something that I wanted to Arnie, you missed everything. So catch the replay. That's my conference producer.
John Sturgis. Wow.
Now you've got. Are you seeing
Harry and Liz are two of my favorites
coming in?
Say that again, Craig.
Are you seeing more and more new people coming into the conference? Because my feeling is there's a big change in the industry. You've got people like Glenn and I that are aging out, and
hey, speak for yourself.
But it just seems like there's a whole new crop of people on the deal side in particular, whether it's brokerage, the ownership side, management side, and the brand side.
Yeah, there's always new people every year.
But it's a larger group now.
It's a larger group, and a lot of them are new. So I was looking at the list yesterday, and a lot of new owners, a lot of new investors, a lot of new companies looking to do business with those people. I was seeing some commercial, office building developers, multifamily developers who ordinarily are not at a hotel conference, but now they're interested. They're kicking the tires in the hotel industry. So, while it's true that a lot of people come year after year after year, you always have to work hard to get new people.
Right.
And some people, as you said, retire, age out. So, you have to get the next generation there. Yeah. And that keeps it fresh.
And I think that generation, this new generation that's coming in is very different from what we've been accustomed to.
You are correct.
How do you think they're different?
They work differently for one. I don't know how much time they want to spend at conferences for another. And I think they're being more selective. I think if they're working a regional territory, let's say, not a national one, I don't think they're going out of their region so as much as everybody used to. I think you're seeing smaller groups from that company come to the national ones, and instead of 3 or 4 people going to a regional one, it's maybe 1 or 2 at this point. And I think they're more focused on some of their deals than they are anything else at that point, which is, don't get me wrong, the deal always comes first. But this, when it didn't matter if I was chief development officer at a hotel company or working for a title insurance company, I was always coming out of lodging with deals, multiple deals every year. Speaking at your conference and or attending. And it was always about getting deals out of there. And one of my favorite stories is it's when GE Capital was still a major force in hotel lending. At the time, they were making a $90 million loan, which was the largest loan to a single asset owner. And this was going to encumber multiple assets in multiple states. And the deal all blew up. And because we were all at lodging, I could put them in a room and we worked out all the details, and we ended up funding and getting it closed all at lodging. Plus, I picked up new deals while we were there. So, there's a very special place in my heart for lodging. Okay.
Wait,
it's always been very
profitable. It was a $90 million deal.
Yeah.
Did we ever get the commission check on that?
Hey, yeah, you got to talk to the former people in GE because they were supposed to pay you and me. So,
All right. So John Sturgis says, "Hey, Harry and
Sturgis.
Lidge, I moved.
Is enough.
I moved from the people hotel business into the pet hotel business, and we are owning a pet toy business as well." Sorry, I'm having trouble reading. The letters are really
And
tiny on
John
my phone here.
Sturgis, I've reached out to you a couple of times about getting you back on the show, and I haven't heard from you. So thank you, John. I appreciate that. I lost half the beard, 35 pounds, and 5 pounds of hair. So, and if you take out 5 pounds for the brain, I'm over 40 pounds lighter now. So
You look
Wow. Wow.
thank you. Glenn's lost some
35
weight
pounds.
too.
That's pretty impressive.
It's
Oh.
hard to
Yeah,
lose
but,
weight
you know.
around me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I haven't been suffering. I haven't been suffering trying to lose weight though. I've just been trying to adjust my habits slowly, methodically,
That's
so
it.
I don't feel like I'm suffering. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. So hopefully it'll stick. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. Hey Dave, we'd love to see that picture of the lazy river race if you have that. It's in the slides area because it's like a PowerPoint kind of a thing. So if you could find that, that'd be great. I want to put Craig on notice. I'm gonna try to be even lazier than him this year and beat his record last year. Yeah. So I might still be in there come Wednesday morning when I'm supposed to be up on stage. Just come and get me, and just throw me right up there.
You know what? I'll get the rescue hook and pull you out wet in your bathing suit and onto the stage.
Why don't we just pull?
You know what? You can do 3-minute Thursdays, which we're doing live from the lodging conference. Besides Friday night audit on Monday, in the pool. So yeah.
Maybe
Harry,
we'll do the session right at the pool.
Love it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great to get the top CEOs in the pool?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey, look at David got the names.
I keep on paying to see that. Hey, Harry, I actually a few weeks ago, I mentioned it on the show before, so our viewers will be familiar with it, but I got to do a really cool speaking gig at a Rendezvous Barbecue. So we were all ate ribs, and I got to do my stuff there. That was it was a lot of fun. Dave, you're doing great with the background.
David is lost.
Yeah. I guess it's held that.
David.
Bro, what are you doing back there?
That's the one he forgot to play at the beginning.
You're totally looking in the wrong section. The slideshow. Anyway, forget that. It's not even worth it at this point anymore. So, Liz, Harry, when the conference is over and the last guests walk out the door, what do you do next?
Good question.
So, Thursday, everybody leaves after breakfast, but we're still kind of working, going over the bills, having a recon meeting, a post-con meeting. But, the first full day that everyone's gone, so let's say that's Saturday, we all kind of, head to the pool and veg out and have cocktails. And, we'll do it the staff. My son, Jack's out there, his girlfriend, and, just our staff. And we have a good time and we chill out. And sometimes after the conference, Liz and I go on a trip somewhere. And sometimes we don't. And we're currently discussing where we should go or where we should not go. And surprise, we're not agreeing.
Don't go to Glenn's house. Come to Craig's house.
My girlfriend's coming with me. She's low maintenance. She likes to hike. She likes to take pictures like I do. We'll stake out 2 hours before sunset in Moab at Arches. But I've been. He's never been. He's making a big mistake. I'm getting older, and the bucket list is getting longer, and my life expectancy is getting shorter. So you got to make hay while the sun's shining.
Yep, well, I love that attitude.
You don't get that concept.
And one of the things, Hey, I will say you two are always traveling. You're always doing things. So
Yeah.
you know, whether one of you is not loving which thing you're doing at any given time, at least you're out there and doing so much stuff. Because I need my constant flow of pictures of you, Liz, jumping in the air on different beaches around the planet. So
Well, I
you
love
got to keep it
that.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He hates it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
All right.
You know, if we don't get at least one of those on a trip, I'm disappointed. I really am. We gotta have Liz jumping in every trip series of photos that you do.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he goes.
I'll plug it in.
Totally. Now Dave is muting and unmuting my mic. I think because there's some noise behind me.
Well,
But listen, I think
Battery's just mad at you.
go on.
What?
What's that, Liz?
It sounds like there's a party going on.
I think the conference just let out here at the Sheraton Wild Pass Casino Resort in somewhere, Arizona.
Wait, you're at Alex's place? You're at Wild Horse Pass?
Excuse me 1 minute.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
you're at Wild Horse Pass?
Yeah,
Oh, so go
correct.
say hi to Alex Morrow for us. We love him. He's great.
Oh yeah, I literally just stopped here to do the show. I'm not. What's that?
Plug in the computer.
Oh, I thought you
Okay,
were
cool.
tying up Liz.
He's plugging in me.
Yeah, I'm like, guys, that's more for you. That's for your personal life after the show.
Yeah, exactly. We're not into bondage on this show. Well, yeah, we are.
Well, that's our Saturday night show. All right. I'm glad you plugged it in, but I think I've got to get hitting on the road. So, Dave, let's go to the Plugapalooza, would you? All right, so we've dedicated most of this show beyond oysters to our praise of the lodging conference. Now, I'm registered, guys, but somebody might not be. How do we get ourselves registered for the lodging conference? And is there anything we need to know that you haven't shared yet?
Lodgingconference.com, very simple. And I think by now it's probably less than 100 spots left. So hurry up.
Yep, hurry up.
Wow. Yeah.
Love it.
People, make your decisions. Do it. And I will see all of you guys in Phoenix, because I know you're going to be going to this conference. I'll be the guy by the sushi stand, as you all well know. Craig.
Hey, you know what? Glenn and I are doing at least 2 live shows from the lodging conference. Monday, we are doing a special edition of Friday Night Audit. Join us, be part of the audience, be on the show, participate. And we are also doing our 3-Minute Thursday, which is a rant, and we will be at the lodging conference for that as well. Now, Monday, we may get 2 Friday night audits in. It depends if technically we can get everything dialed in outdoors for later in the night, but we've got at least 1. So, unfortunately, we don't have producer Dave joining us, but, you know, another time, another place, another
Do you have any interviews scheduled?
We'll be doing that while we're on site, and then we've got a couple of others figured out already. So yes and no.
Okay.
Anybody you want us to interview, just send them over. We'll get them
We'll
on.
send you a text.
Okay. Do I get plus
Awesome. Yeah.
we need to do the last interview of the conference with you guys, because I always love getting your impressions at the end.
You mean when we're drunk on Wednesday night? Yeah, baby.
Yes, that's it, Liz. That's it.
Yeah, I'll be doing a whole lot of interviews at the lodging conference. So I'm looking forward to it. Probably 15 or so short interviews that I'll be putting out during the week of the lodging conference and throughout the beyond. Hey, Michael, hope you're doing great. So that'll be awesome. Monday and Tuesday, I'll be at Tribal Net in Las Vegas, checking out that scene. That should be fun. Then last week of September, first week of October, I'll be doing some good stuff. I'll be hosting a town hall for the good folks at Red Roof at their annual conference. And then I have the honor of doing one of the general sessions at the incredible lodging conference, where I've got a great group of top level executives that are going to share their leadership stories from the top and where you need to find what you need to do in order to find success in hospitality into 2024 and into 2025. Plus, I'll be doing a lot of other things. But hey, come and hang out with me in Laughlin, Nevada, as I try to be a an influencer of the TikTok variety. I don't know how that's going to work out. I guess
That
it's pretty
too.
poorly.
That
Right.
too.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for being here, guys. It was so much
Aloha,
fun having you.
everybody.
We'll see you in Phoenix.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye.
joining us on the one and only Friday Night Audit. Bye-bye,
Bye.
everybody. See you.